Hey everyone, welcome to the Demon Slayer Crash Course, where we tell you all you need to know about the anime series to get you ready for Demon Slayer Mugen Train, coming to America in 2021. This video will be anime only and will contain spoilers. Let's jump right in.
Protagonist Tanjiro Kamado leaves his family to sell charcoal in town and returns to find them slaughtered after what seemed to be a demon attack. He takes the sole survivor, his sister Netsuko, down to the mountain for medical treatment, but infected from the demon attack, Netsuko turns into a demon herself and attacks Tanjiro. A member of the Demon Slayer Corps, Gyu Tomioka, arrives at the scene and tries to decapitate Netsuko and is stopped by Tanjiro, who begs Gyu to spare her life. Gyu's initial reaction was anger directed at Tanjiro's weak resolve and proceeds to stab Netsuko, prompting a failed attack from Tanjiro. Gyu knocks him out, but is surprised when Netsuko fights him to protect her brother. Gyu then sends Tanjiro to a man named SAKONJI UROKODAKI and tells him to keep Netsuko away from sunlight. The siblings and Gyu then part ways.
Tanjiro carries Nezuko in a basket to shield her from the sun as they head down the mountain. Here, the siblings meet SAKONJI UROKODAKI while they try to fight off a demon, where Tanjiro gives off a bad first impression with his lack of resolve in killing it. Turns out, Urokodaki received a letter from Gyu requesting that he trains Tanjiro. He accepts.
Nezuko's been asleep for a year while Tanjiro trains with Urokodaki. One day, Urokodaki takes Tanjiro to a large boulder and tells him if he can slice it in half, he can enter the final selection, in which survivors get to join the Demon Slayer Corps. As he's about to give up after 6 months of no progress, he meets SABITO and MAKOMO, two orphans raised by Urokodaki, where they help hone his fighting and breathing techniques. After another 6 months of training with the two, Tanjiro finally wins a duel with SABITO, where he successfully cuts SABITO's fox mask. SABITO and MAKOMO smile and disappear, revealing the boulder now sliced in half.
Whoever survives after 7 days at final selection gets to join the Corps. Tanjiro faces the hand demon who has already killed 13 of Urokodaki's students. Enraged at the mention of SABITO and MAKOMO, whom he killed, Tanjiro aimed for the neck and sliced it off.
Tanjiro makes it through final selection with 3 others, Zenitsu, Genya, and Kanao. He comes back to a relieved Urokodaki and Netsuko, who's finally awake. Tanjiro's new sword turns into a rare color, black, when drawn. He receives his first mission, find and defeat a demon that's been kidnapping young girls.
The demon responsible for these disappearances turns out to be one that can split in 3 and use blood demon art to travel into a liquid dimension. We learn about the one who's probably responsible for the massacre of the Kamado family, and can be the answer to turning Nezuko back into a human. KIBUTSUJI MUZAN, progenitor of all demons.
After fighting off the swamp demon, Tanjiro heads to his next mission in Tokyo. As he tries to rest, he smells a familiar scent from his household. He finds out it's Muzan, who's apparently a Michael Jackson lookalike. Tanjiro witnesses Muzan turn an innocent man into a demon by scratching his neck.
So he tries to hold the man and gets beaten by the police. He's saved by a woman, another demon, who is a doctor and apparently also wants to kill Muzan. This woman, or Tamayo, has the ability to turn humans into demons and, same as her companion Yushido, only needs to consume a tiny bit of human blood instead of eating. She also wants to study Nezuko's blood, and Tanjiro agrees to it. While this conversation is happening, 2 demons called Susumaru and Yahaba ambush the house.
Susumaru and Yahaba do Tanjiro a service and announce themselves as part of the 12 Kizuki, Muzan's top henchmen. Tanjiro has a hard time playing dodgeball until Yushido pins his blood demon art spell on him so he can see where Susumaru's balls are flying. He joins forces with Nezuko and Yushido to battle the 2 demons and manages to decapitate Yahaba with a modified form of his water wheel.
At this point, everyone is exhausted. Tamayo steps in and casts her magical aroma of daylight to slow Susumaru's brain while asking her if she knows that Muzan is setting the demons up to fight each other instead of him. The demon accidentally says Muzan's name and is killed by his curse. Turns out these 2 weren't part of the 12 Kizuki, since their eyes don't have any numbers. The 4 part ways and Tanjiro heads southeast for another assignment where he meets Zenitsu.
Zenitsu tells Tanjiro that he was forced by his master to become a demon slayer. He follows Tanjiro regardless and they meet 2 kids outside a demon-infested house, whose brother's been taken in. Zenitsu and Tanjiro and soon the two kids enter and find out that the house can shift, separating them. Tanjiro faces a demon that flips the room with a tap on his drum. And then we're introduced to this angry boar guy, Inosuke.
This episode is literally just Tanjiro and Inosuke trying to fight the drum demon, or Kyogai. In another room, Zenitsu screams at the top of his lungs out of fear and attracts another demon, which he surprisingly kills using his thunder breathing. He just doesn't remember anything when he wakes up. Oops, wrong anime.
Zenitsu and the boy are thrown out of the house as it flips. Inside, Tanjiro learns about Kyogai past before he kills him. Kyogai loves to write, but he was belittled for it. He cries as he dies and Tanjiro collects his blood. Back to Zenitsu, he's out here trying to shield Netsuko from Inosuke's attack even though he knows she is a demon. As Inosuke readies himself to stab Zenitsu, Tanjiro steps in.
They get into a pretty violent fist fight that results in some cracked ribs and a concussion for Inosuke. After the fight, the group follows the crow to a house with a Wisteria crest where they're told to rest until healthy. Nezuko comes out of her box and gets harassed by Zenitsu.
The group follows an order to go to Natagumo mountain where demon slayers have been slaughtering each other and have been seen hanging on threads. They're attacked by some demon slayers and Tanjiro realizes that they're being controlled like puppets on strings. They meet a spider demon who tells the group his mother will kill them. Inosuke then uses his spiritual awareness to locate this female demon that the spider boy speaks of. Spiders and strings, what a nice coincidence.
The mother controls the demon slayer and uses them to fight Tanjiro and Inosuke, but kills the girl when her son Rui threatens to tell father she is too slow. After fighting a headless demon doll, Inosuke sends Tanjiro flying to the mother, where she blissfully accepts her death as an escape from her husband. She warns Tanjiro that one of the 12 Kazuki is on the mountain.
Zenitsu gets bitten by a spider demon and is supposed to turn into a spider himself in 30 minutes. He gets a flashback to his training where he pretty much failed at everything but one, his first form of thunder breathing, which he practiced for countless hours and perfected. Awakened by this memory, Zenitsu kills the spider demon and uses his breathing to slow the poison. Tanjiro and Inosuke want to head to Zenitsu but are interfered.
The two Hashira, Giyu and Shinobu, arrive as reinforcement. At this point, everyone is doing their own thing. Shinobu goes to help Zenitsu, Tanjiro fighting Rui in what seems like a one-sided battle, and Inosuke nearly being killed by the father after he fails to stab his thick skin. Before the father could kill Inosuke, Giyu arrives and finishes him off.
Shinobu injects Zenitsu with an antidote to save him from the spider poison. Elsewhere on the mountain, Rui decapitates his sister out of envy after witnessing Netsuko block his webs from Tanjiro. He's willing to spare Tanjiro in exchange for Netsuko, but is refused. He then reveals himself to be Lower Moon 5 and continues his attack. Trapped in the thread cage on the brink of death, Tanjiro remembers his father's special breathing technique and turned his water breathing into Hinokami Kagura breathing, coating his blade in flames and slashing through the red threads. Netsuko, suspended mid-air by Rui, wakes up after seeing images of their mother and uses her blood demon art to ignite her blood, making it burn through the threads, helping Tanjiro decapitate Rui as her burning blood touches his blade.
Rui puts his head back on and tells Tanjiro that he cut himself using a thread before he can get killed by his sword. Tanjiro is trapped by a cage of threads until Giyu arrives to save him using the 11th water breathing technique he created, Dead Calm. Rui's sister is about to kill Demon Slayer Murata when Shinobu comes to his rescue and slices her head off.
We're seeing Rui's backstory and how he was demonized by Muzan, leading him to kill his parents and build a pretend family to fill the void. As he dies, he apologizes and reunites with his parents in the afterlife. Giyu recognizes Tanjiro and Netsuko and protects them from Shinobu, who wants to kill Netsuko. The siblings are brought back to the butterfly mansion where Tanjiro wakes up in front of the Hashira.
The 9 pillars, or Hashira: water, insect, flame, sound, love, mist, stone, serpent, and wind. These 9 are putting Tanjiro on trial for traveling with a demon. UROKODAKI has sent the master a letter asking him to approve of Tanjiro's situation by vowing that he, Tanjiro, and Giyu will kill themselves if Nezuko ever attacks a human. This still does not convince Sanemi, the Wind Hashira, who pours blood over Nezuko's box and stabs it. She comes out drooling.
Nezuko proves her humanity by turning away. The master instructs the siblings to defeat demons and prove themselves worthy. After the trial, the siblings are taken to Shinobu's mansion to recover, where they reunite with Zenitsu and Inosuke. Back at the Butterfly Mansion, the master and the Hashira have a meeting discussing the new recruits and Muzan, who seems to want to hide something.
Rengoku, the flame Hashira, goes on a mission in response to a sighting of an upper moon demon. At Shinobu's mansion, the new recruits are put through rehabilitation training where Tanjiro learns to perfect total concentration breathing from Kanao, Shinobu's apprentice and adopted sister. One night, Shinobu reveals to Tanjiro that she vows to find a way for humans and demons to peacefully coexist in honor of her sister, and she's now calm knowing Tanjiro is carrying out her sister's dream.
Backstory for Kanao. Poverty made her parents sell her and she was taken in by Shinobu and her sister. She is given a coin to toss after being unable to make decisions for herself. Tanjiro asks Shinobu about sun breathing, and she tells him Rengoku might be of help, but he's on a mission.
Muzan in his female form calls the Lower Moons to the Infinity Castle and kills them for their incompetence. Lower Moon 1, Enmu, accepts his death but is given some blood and is promised more if he kills the Hashira and Tanjiro. Before the new recruits depart, Tanjiro bids Kanao farewell and tosses the coin for her, helping her decide she should speak her mind whenever she wants. Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, Nezuko, and Rengoku aboard the Mugen Train to face Enmu.
And that's Demon Slayer Season 1. The direct sequel, Demon Slayer Mugen Train, comes to America early 2021 and we're so excited to see it. Let us know your thoughts on Demon Slayer as well as what you want to see in upcoming videos.
Thanks so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe to Anime Impulse to stay up to date with all sorts of fun anime and voice actor content. See you next video!